Hello friends, how are you? It is Monday, September 8th. I hope you had a nice Labor Day weekend and took some time off to refresh and rejuvenate yourself. We got to pace ourselves. We're in the home stretch and they are scared. We, on the other hand, have gone this far. Think about all that we've been through in the past 4 years. It has been pandemonium, confusing, crazy, insanity. Everything unlike the United States of America. If it has felt like war, guess what? It's because it is. It's Putin's information war, the psyops, the mind games. I use these tools and share them with you so that we can stay clear and focused from lunation to lunation, week to week, so that we can anticipate what's going to happen. And if you get back to center and remember the big picture week to week, it's easier to have your footing. For example, we are still in a new moon Leo lunation. And what we're supposed to do every day is take care of our heart and do something that brings us fun and fulfillment and feels like play and creativity. So please continue to do those things for you. I grabbed the cards today because I saw a video that was shared of these proud persons attacking peaceful protesters. I wanted to know what was behind that and what the dynamics are behind that. So I started to do a Taroscope. I didn't finish because it was so illuminating. Also, this book, I'm listening to it on audio and oh my gosh, keep this in mind. That author, we'll just use the initials SWW because it's just easier. No wonder she's in the midst of 3 investigations and she was subpoenaed for various things. She is also at the epicenter of everything. It is fascinating, the people that she comes into contact with, because I've always suspected that they were part of an investigation, and they are. One more thing I want to address is the whole discussion about Peter, Strozk, and the New York Times article about there being absolutely no investigation into the monies tying Donald to Vlad. That might be true in some agencies, but as far as the Eastern District, New York, the New York Attorney General, the SDNY, I think there's such a long money trail. So I wouldn't get so worried about that. I feel like that storyline is also another rabbit hole / I don't want to say propaganda, but I don't want to say deflection, but it's just another thing taking up airtime that isn't totally helpful. So anyway, here, why do they do these things and attack peaceful people? When I drew a card just to know what represents them. I got the 10 of Cups, which makes sense. They're a group that bonds, that they find themselves as family and fulfillment with the POTUS in office and with their ideals for fulfillment that would make them so happy. White supremacy. So when I did this, wanting to know who they were this past week in Washington, D.C., at this full moon, the sun that represents the POTUS is in the 3rd house of communications. It just went under the lower heaven, which brings in all sorts of karma, the past, the lineage, the roots, the ancestors, and people. So in Washington, D.C., what is grounding down, the gravitational pull, has to do with the Knight of Wands, people taking action on behalf of ProudBs. ProudBs having people take action for something useful for the government. The moon was in this 9th house of lands far away. So what you would expect is a lot of communications going on between ProudBs and his people abroad, doing what he wants done that's useful on the ground, probably with peaceful protesters. So this fits the narrative of Proud Boys. When I got over here to the secrets about that group, PB, their secret is that it's a delicate balance for what they're doing. Their high target interests, the things that are value for them right now, of course, are being called to do the work and targeting those peaceful protesters who are also people who vote. So it's a delicate balance of what they were doing this week. Their hidden enemy, the death card, something coming to an ending. When I did the clarifiers for that, it was just so telling. On this death card, things ending, we had the Ace of Pentacles, power and money, the vote, white supremacist power. We had the Fool, Donald, illegitimately elected, and then the Page of Swords, weaponizing that. They don't want him to come to an end. And if he comes to an end, they are going to be the fools in the street, striking others and acting out. Their hopes, wishes, and dreams has to do with the Ace of Pentacles, power, money, white supremacy on the ground here. Their hope was at the Knight of Wands that they would take action. In Washington, D.C., was hoping that there would be action that was taken on behalf of ProudBs. That's an alignment. I was surprised that this group was crowning Washington, D.C., the Six of Pentacles, which usually has to do with charity, striking a balance, equity. We know it could be, how people launder money and stuff. But here they had the High Priestess with, communications of the secrets that they have, like these secret ops. It's like the High Priestess. You can't see us, you don't know what we're going to do, but we're here to bring justice and balance because they're saying no to what they're seeing in the streets. They don't like what they're seeing in the streets, so they're going to lay low and strike when they need to. The Queen of Swords was here, lands far away. Not the justice system. This, has to do like with hackers or the provocateurs or how they're getting their messages sent to them. The Queen of Swords usually represents KJU's sister, KY Jelly. I can't say her name, but the sister. The clarifiers on her was the Two of Cups, an agreement that she has in setting something up and getting messages from abroad on when to take action, waiting for those messages to come in. So that was the Two of Cups, Eight of Cups, and the Three of Wands. The shared resources with this group, these PBs, the proud whatevers, shared resources, the Ace of Wands, taking action. We're going to go out there and do this. The clarifiers had to do with government timing and I can't read this. It has to do with the timing. Oh my gosh, why can't I read this? Just the timing in the government to execute it. Their partnerships has to do with the secret discussions that they're having to support their dear leader so that he can remain in power and that they can keep going with him as the emperor. This is why was it this one or this one? Is when I was really like, oh my gosh. So in day-to-day routine, the proud whatevers, drew the Hanged Man. You know, that is one of like sacrifice. Yeah, I'm going to sacrifice myself for the photos. I'm going to lay low and get a different perspective, scan the horizon, know what I need to know. Really kind of taking a moment to really further and develop this perspective. And they did this with the High Priestess, laying low, getting their instructions elsewhere, keeping the messaging and the plan disguised. With the Eight of Swords, attacking and surrounding peaceful protesters and fighting, bludgeoning them, the Five of Wands. That's their day-to-day routine this week. In the house of the sun, the 5th house, we have Scorpio, things that are taboo, life and death, transforming things. It is really about power struggles too, good versus evil. So they're feeling rather lucky in this area. They've got the luck of the photos on their side, and they are going to strike when it's time. The clarifiers, again, the secret. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't do the clarifiers for this one. So these were the clarifiers here for what they were going to do. Let's get some clarifiers on this Wheel of Fortune. They're feeling really lucky. What they can do. Look at, there's a grand trine here. These blue lines, blessings. So it's like they've been working on this for a while and everyone's in place. And they've got a lot of support from avenue to avenue, from group to group. The King of Wands, Angry Putin. With those who are being peaceful and have no idea what's about to spring upon them through a government, organized fashion order. So in this area of defenses, how they defend themselves and their message and their mission, and being on the ground, face to face, fulfilling their Knight of Wands duty where they're taking action, they're doing it for the White House. That's why they defend. They do it because they want to protect the White House and the inhabitants. That's their agreement that they've had to protect dear leader, and that is how they are going to get out of this messy mess, to find some security, smooth things out, because hopefully intimidation will work. They're really hoping that this will work. In the area of messaging, we've got the Devil here. Devil has been showing up as Bill Barr, Putin, I can't remember who else. Messaging. Here, we're going to set something up and take advantage of it. We know when they're going to be protesting. We know where they're going to be. We're going to find the right time to go do this because we're going to support a dear leader. We are going to win. We have to win, and we are going to bind those people up. And the Ace of Swords is also an assault. And in this house here, what their values are, their income, their gains. So that proud whatever group, their value is that they're able to take some information and spin it into something else. Just like dear leader can spin something else. They can gaslight, they can use propaganda, but that's what they agree to do. Share information, share the message, all in the name of security and comfort for those white supremacists. We have the King of Swords and the Moon. Here on the Ascendant, giving them life. Donald is in trouble with the law and the military, and he's in trouble with everybody. And they hate Speaker Pelosi, and they cannot stand Kamala. So that's what's going on with that. We have a quarter moon that's going to be here in about a day and a half. But you can see all this tension still in this chart. Things are working out for some, not so much for others. Okay. So I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you like this video, please click like, check your subscription. Again, there weird stuff going on, and I think that's how it's going to be going on with this channel through the election and beyond. Okay, take care.